Hey everybody, welcome back to Unicorn Princess Gotham. I'm Onikage, and this is going to be the third video in the series for tips and tricks for the infected. Today we're going to be going over the three C's: cooking, crops, and clothing. Now, as far as clothing, even though there's a loom in the game, you actually make everything on the workbench. Now, based on the amount of Kevlar and cloth that you have from your towns, if you hit three or four of them in the first day, you have a few options. Option one is what I went with, which is the yellow helmet because I got one copper ingot. It only takes three cloth and six Kevlar, and basically it has a light on the helmet. So it saves me a torch spot for my four weapon spots. However, the boots are very good to make. They're six armor. They only take four Kevlar and four cloth. The leg armor is really, really good if you have 8 Kevlar, which I didn't. I only had 7, so that was another reason I went for the helmet. Um, the chest armor takes 10, and I don't know if it's worth 10 this early. But with some of the extra cloth, because you'll definitely have more cloth than Kevlar, you're going to want to make the hat for during the day, because it's 25 plant fiber and 3 cloth, plus your sun resistance drops much slower because of the resistance on this. So go ahead and do that. Using the iron from our first round of towns, I've built the workbench, the prep table, and built a bunch of nails to build some food growing troughs. You can water those manually using the canteen and like a rainwater collector or something, but if it rains during the day and they're not covered, the rain waters them for you, and it generally rains at least once a day. Now, the reason that we're only growing melons is because of some changes that they've made to the food. It used to be the best thing that you could create was the food ration, which takes potatoes, onions, meat, livers, eggs, mushrooms, and melons. However, that's just way too much shit, especially early on, when there's a great option that is, in my opinion, actually better. And I'm going to show that to you now. That is the small ration. Now, where this takes 2 eggs and 3 mushrooms, 1 melon, and the stew mix, which is where all those other ingredients come from, this is just 1 cooked chicken, 1 melon, 1 mushroom, 1 egg. So the only thing you need to grow is melons. The other great thing about it is that it gives you passive bonuses to your max stats. So this one gives 0.25 to health, stamina, thirst. This one gives 0.125, so half, except the materials are about a third. So it's actually more efficient to make, especially since we've got a bunch of eggs from the first towns. We've got mushrooms that we get from the cave that we happen to build right in front of. Chickens spawn everywhere, and luckily they announce themselves by clucking very loudly, so you just go and either chase them down with the spear or throw it and hit them and kill them. So all you gotta do is just come over to this guy, move a melon, an egg, a cooked chicken, 1 mushroom, boom, ration. And the ration has no durability timer, so it keeps forever and it restores 50 of everything plus a little bit of energy and thirst, which is pretty huge, and it doesn't take up much space. It only takes up the 4 slots, so definitely worth getting there. And that is what I suggest that you stockpile and make as many of, and just bring those with you. One other just little quick tip while we're on the subject of the crops and stuff is pumpkins. Pumpkins you can find pretty much everywhere. You can right click them to harvest them, or you can pick them up and carry them. I recommend picking them up to carry them because if you go in here to your placeables and you go to furniture under lighting, there's a bunch of stuff. There's an oil lamp which takes, a bunch of shit. Another one. These require power, but the jack-o'-lantern is just 1 pumpkin, which we put here, 3 sticks, and it is built. It doesn't take any fuel. You light it, it looks cool, and it lights up the direction that it's facing. It doesn't provide as much light as the other ones, but again, since it's so cheap to make, you can just put a ton of these around your base, way more efficient and you'll save a ton of materials. So that's my final little tip on that. In the next video, I'm going to show what we're going to be doing as far as the ATV and town harvesting. So hopefully I'll see you there. Appreciate your time. Take care. Stay safe. See you next time on Unicorn Princess Got 'em.